Tak jo, už funguje zvuk, takže ještě jednou zdravím všechny své sledující diváky, kterých je tady maximální počet 4. A ještě nějaké živé pískomilky za dveřmi a nějaká živá osoba někde poblíž. A já se teda pustím do té hry, kde jsme minule skončili. Snad si budu pamatovat, jak si to hraje a snad mě hnedka nezabije nějaký někdo. Tak jo. Doufám, že jde všechno slyšet a vidět. Já si ještě kouknu. Tak jo, tak já jdu hrát. Budeme pokračovat druhou kapitolu.
I came to Bright Falls with my wife, Alice.
Thank you for coming here with me. I thought maybe you could write here.
I don't want to hear it! God damn it, Alice!
Now, she's missing.
Alice? Alice?
I woke up behind the wheel of a crashed car. I'm missing a week. I was attacked by shadowy men straight from a nightmare. The sheriff took me to the lake Alice and I had stayed at, but the cabin had disappeared.
Honey, I'm home.
Back here, sweetie. How was it?
Teď to jsou asi udal.
We have 2 of these New York flashback scenes in the game, and actually we almost cut them out, and I'm very glad that we were able.
Proč mluví? To je asi nějaká ta... Jo, video komentář od nějakého autora nebo co. Už je pryč. Dobře, takže tohle je asi 3 roky zpět před těmi událostmi, které jsme viděli v první kapitole. Teďka asi normálně funguju se svou ženou Alice.
Hey, handsome. This is gonna be a long night, but these shots are turning out great.
I guess you're gonna need that coffee then. I'll go put it on.
Zase jí vezmu termosku, všem vezmu termosku. Nějaké mé fotky, krásné fotky, která fotila určitě Alice. Jo, takže udělat kafe. Udělat kafe. Přijde mi, že se ta hra trošku nějak jako seká nebo problikává, možná je to tím nahráváním. Nebo se to možná jenom zdá mně. To je zvláštní. Tak asi to nechám tak. No. OK, jít za Alicí. Jak se to vůbec ovládá? Já už si nepamatuju, jak se běhá.
Oh, hey, I just finished those cover mock-ups. They're on your desk. Tell me what you think.
No kidding. I didn't think you'd get them done this quickly.
On occasion, I can perform all sorts of miracles, my dear.
Oh, really?
Well, you seemed to think so last night.
Já vůbec nevím, co dělám teďka. Jo, jdu se podívat na ty fotky, co mi tu nechal.
These look really good.
Oh, sure, until Barry gets his hands on them. Which, by the way, will happen over my dead body. The last time was the last time. Oh, and speaking of Barry, he called.
Co se stalo? Co?
Alan, please check the fuse box.
I'm right here. I'm on it, honey.
Please hurry.
I'm right here, baby.
I'm fine. Just get the lights back on. Now, please.
Co jí je? Ona se pořezala o ty fotky, nebo? Jo, ona se bojí té tmy, já už si vzpomínám, ona se bojí tmy. No jo, pojistky. Utíkej tam.
Honey, it's a power outage. I've got the flashlight.
Okay,
Okay, hi.
You okay?
I'm sorry. It just really spooked me.
Don't worry. We'll just break out the candles.
Tak jo, tak svíčky.
I know it's stupid, but it's just... Especially when I'm not prepared for it, you know? It gets to me.
I love you.
Tell me a story, writer.
Okay. I used to have these nightmares when I was a kid. The dark really spooked me, too. When it got really bad, my mom gave me this old light switch. She called it the clicker.
The clicker, huh?
Yeah. If I ever got scared of the dark, I could just flip the switch and a magic light would scare the monsters away.
Oh, sure.
Here it is.
Alan.
Maybe it'll help you, too.
Yeah, nice story, writer boy. You made that up right now, didn't you?
No. Seriously.
I love you, even if you are a liar. Thanks for this.
Svíčky, taková romantika. Sněží ještě. Jak to vypadá dnes?
How do you feel, Mr. Wick? Any nausea, disorientation, anything like that? Mr. Wick, how are you feeling?
Pane bože.
I'm okay. My head's fine. I had to lie about my headache and memory loss. He'd send me to a hospital for tests. I couldn't leave without Alice.
Very well. I don't think you have a concussion, but you've obviously been through quite a shock. You should take it easy for a couple of days.
Thanks.
Well then, Mr. Wick, we're done here. If the pain gets any worse or you experience any other symptoms, you should come see me. I'll let you get on with it then. Sarah, Sheriff Breaker, is waiting for you. She's very good at her job. I'm sure she can locate your wife in no time.
Doc Nelson was the image of a small-town doctor. Sheriff Breaker had called him to the station to take a look at the cut in my head. I'm sorry you had to cut your morning fishing short for this, Doc.
Oh, she's a beauty, ain't she? Not the biggest I ever caught, if you can believe that coming from an old fisherman like me, but she's right up there. Now, she's a largemouth bass, which is what you're after if you prefer a lure. Now, if you want either trout or salmon,
tady nějaká termoska, kterou bych mohl
it's
ukrást,
fly
prosím.
fishing for you.
Vyskočit z
You a
okna.
fishing man, Mr. Wake? Oh, doesn't really matter, I suppose. But it can be very relaxing out there. You can't get me off the water this time of year. Closest thing to heaven.
To není zajímavé. Mně fakt přijde, že ta hra, to překreslování tady, že se trošku seklo. Já mám mít za tou šerifkou asi, jo, tak jdu za šerifkou. To vypadá jako zase ta paní s tím dřevem. Nebo co to tady to má? Co to sakra dělá? Proč to šasíná? Běž, radši, běž. To, jako by si, co si to...
Alice was missing. I needed help to find her. I wasn't ready to leave.
That was Cynthia Weaver. I guess you can call her the town eccentric. She used to be the editor of the local newspaper, but she's focused on, other things these days.
She'd fit right in where I come from.
As you can see, she's a little obsessed with maintaining the light bulbs of the whole town, refuses to step on shadows, things like that. Back in her day, she wrote about all sorts of weird things in the paper. Bright Falls has a colorful history. Of course, what small town hasn't?
Tak ona možná ví, co se tam děje líp než ti od šerifa, tak. Ale co se dá dělat? Já se ještě kouknu do nastavení, jestli tam nemám něco nějak moc nastavené. Možná ten VSync.
The sheriff wants to see you in her office, Mr. Wake.
Vypadá to líp teďka. Super. Takže jdem za šerifem. je šerif? Na záchod? Ne. Ve skříni? Ne. Tady? Ne. Termoska. On tak rád sbírá termosky a kafe. Stránka. A stránky. Kde má být ta šerifka? Aha. Prozkoumat.
Yeah, it's Mulligan here. I'm at Stucky's gas station with Thornton. There's no sign of him. Over.
Wait. Yeah, this is Thornton. Look, we've located the parade float. It's here. That's some good news, right? Stucky was supposed to be driving it at the rehearsal today. Over.
Oh, give me that. Mulligan here. Looks like someone really thrashed the garage. Over.
Okay, roger that, guys. Keep looking for Stucky. Jane's out.
Nevím, jestli jsem se z toho něco... Já si možná přečtu ty stránky, to bude užitečné. Akorát mi tady zase nějaké 2 chybí. No nevadí.
It's true what they say about the fall and the sudden stop at the end. I'd lain here in the snow while the lurid chain of scenes that had led me here kept playing in my head. A rerun of my own private snuff movie. A memory of my corpse. Alone at my own wake. Thinking in metaphors again. The femme fatale was gone. Only a sour taste remained of the kiss that killed me. This was a late goodbye. 13 years after I'd gotten my revenge, it had finally caught up with me. It had been a long time to bear the pain. My blood painted the snow red. A gruesome slushy dissolved all the scattered painkillers and leisurely dripped down to the sewer.
Kdo to vůbec mluví? To mluví
of the city.
ten, za koho hraju, nebo to je nějaký jiný člověk teďka?
I can see them now.
Ten příběh.
My wife and my baby. Honey, I'm home.
Kdo to?
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye. A figure standing in the shadows behind the cabin, like a thin woman in a black dress. She lowered the camera and looked again. No one there. Just a collection of bushes that looked vaguely human-shaped. She shook her head and laughed.
Takže se tady možná dozvím, co se stalo s tou Alicí. Taky. Tak. Kde je ta Sára? Co vůbec to? Co to sakra bylo? Přesně, co to je? Tak já si jdu někam pryč zase, radši.
Sheriff Breaker is waiting for you down the corridor in her office.
Dolů po chodbě v její kanceláři? Ale kudy? Jo, tady je šerifův kancelář, tak já se ještě kouknu, jestli tady něco bylo. Jo, tady jsem přišel, dobře. Takže jsem... Koho hledají? Co těhle? Na kempovacím triku. Neviděl jsem je někde? Asi ne. Tak ne. OK, tady je ten šerif a tady možná bude něco ve skříni. Nebude nic, pojistky. Možná později. Tak já jdu za tím za šerifkou.
Come in,
Ahoj,
Mr.
šerife.
Your phone's on the desk. The battery was dead. It's charged now.
Telefon, díky.
Have you started looking for my wife yet?
My men are already on it. Now, can you tell me what happened?
I'm not sure. I can't remember. We were arguing. I walked out of the cabin.
The cabin on Cauldron Lake? How did you end up at Stucky's gas station?
I wanted to tell her what had happened last night, but I couldn't. She'd locked me up. Excuse me. I need to take this. Hello?
Alice, please help me.
Alice?
Stop talking to the law. You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
Who is this?
Go to the back lot. There's a hole in the fence on the left. Look inside the junker. I left a little something there to convince you we're all on the same page here.
After you ditch the cops, you're gonna meet me in Elderwood National Park. There's a spot called Lover's Peak. Midnight. Don't do nothing stupid, pal. We're watching you.
Teďka chcu, abych šel na parkoviště a někam odjel a nemluvil s tou šerifkou, ale co když s ní teďka budu mluvit? Co když půjdu za ní ještě? Já to zkusím.
I need some fresh air. Can I go out? In the back, maybe?
Of course, Mr. Wake. I understand. You can get there through the cells. Deputy Grant can show you the way.
I'm sorry. All of this, it's just a lot to take in.
Take your time, Mr. Wake. I understand. Can I ask you what the call was about, Mr. Wake?
It's personal.
Well, we are looking for your wife, and I'm going to need your cooperation if I'm going to help you.
I need a moment, after I get some fresh air.
Okay, you can find me here. We'll talk when you feel up to it.
Tak já jdu na to parkoviště. Jo, to už jsem si četl, OK.
Mr. Wake, can I help you with anything?
I need to get some air. The sheriff said I could go out back.
Of course, Mr. Wake. You can get there through the cell corridor. Just don't mind Walter in there. He's one of our regulars.
I thought he quit drinking for good.
Oh, no such luck. He went on a bender and beat Danny pretty badly. He started shouting like that the moment he woke up.
The light's on. The deputies, they don't understand. They won't listen.
Tak já mu zapnu to světlo, proč ne?
You're all right. You're a good guy.
No,
Don't let anybody tell you different. You know, I shouldn't even be in here. The cops, they got it all wrong. See? Sure, I beat him up, but I wasn't drunk. I mean, I wasn't drunk at the time. Why'd you do that for? You're with them, aren't you? You're with those space aliens.
OK, tak já mu zastavil svít. No dobře. Co je tady? Stránka, super. A záchod. Můžu ho použít? Asi ne. Tak já si kouknu, co tam píšou.
In spite of its human mask, to describe the dark presence as intelligent would have implied human qualities on something decidedly inhuman. Nonetheless, it found the one spot in the diner that was dark enough. Some light spilled into the corridor, ravaging it. But it took the bang. Horrible as it was, the writer would soon fix that. He would be coming to the one place where it still had power.
To moc nerozumím zatím. Takže teď to parkoviště.
The early morning light hurt my eyes and made my head ache. The man on the phone had said, go through the fence on the left.
Plot na levé straně, takže tam. Ale se ještě kouknu, co tady je, nějaká termoska určitě. Rádia, to se vždycky hodí. Co to rádio?
Well, folks, it's been another long night, and it's about time for me to sign off for a while. God knows I need my beauty sleep. Just one more item before I go. It's been a busy night for the sheriff's department. Had a few broken windows, even a report of shots fired on Main Street. Deputies Mulligan and Thornton had to deal with two intoxicated young men who were celebrating the completion of their Deer Festival. Now, folks, we get this every year. I know it's exciting, the big day is almost here, but let's save it for the party and leave the gunplay for the shooting.
Já to asi už nebudu poslouchat.
No point in getting all worked up yet.
Poskočím si. Hudba.
The caller had told me to find a hole in the fence behind the police station. There was something for me in an abandoned car.
Něco tam svítí. Tak se kouknu. Stránka z dopisu. To ale asi nechtěl vědět. Teda z dopisu. Z toho scénáře, nebo co to je. Nějaká páka. To asi budu moct použít později. Určitě, jo. A něco
Alice's driver's license had been placed on the front seat. The caller meant business.
Řidičák od Alice.
Barry?
Ow! Thank God! Where the hell have you been? I've been for a week, you and Alice. I've been worried sick. I flew out yesterday. I'm here in Bright Falls.
Barry, listen to me. I'm at the sheriff's station. Come and get me. I can't talk now.
Al, what the hell is going?
I had to get the sheriff to let me go. I needed to get to Elderwood National Park to meet Alice's kidnappers.
Takže Alice byla unesena někým, kdo mě teďka nějakým způsobem bude vydírat, nebo minimálně chce, abych nemluvil s policií, s tou šerifkou, takže tak já si zkusím nějak zmizet pryč. Ještě kouknu, jestli tady nenajdu něco dalšího, třeba v té sanitce, třeba nějakou stránku z toho dokumentu, ne? Nebo v policejním autě? Nebo tady? Asi nic. Tak jo. Tak asi jdeme zase dovnitř a někam pryč. Co tady ten je tu ještě? On už tu...
Darkness will reclaim it. It's a long, hard journey into the dark. Alice's life is at stake, but I can't think about it.
Marvelous, Sarah. I just wanted to settle all the damage the Anderson brothers might have inadvertently caused on their recent and regrettable little outing. They are not accountable for their actions, of course. I can assure you that my staff has been reprimanded.
Tor and Oda never caused any trouble to anyone when they were still living at their farm.
Indeed. All we can do is to slow down the progress of their dementia.
Are you feeling any better, Mr. Wake?
I'd like to leave.
Am
I free to go?
Well, we still need to talk about...
Am I under arrest?
No, of course not. But I need to know where you'll be staying so I can get in touch with you.
I'd avoid the motel. The Majestic is known for its roaches. The cabins at Elderwood are pretty nice, though.
That sounds perfect.
I'm Dr. Emil Hartman. I'd like to invite you to stay at Cauldron Lake Lodge.
Did you talk to my wife?
I had the pleasure of discussing your situation with her on several occasions.
Did you set something up with her?
I invited her here. My clinic is a place where...
Oh, hey, oh my! Take it easy.
Hey, nobody move! Get your hands off of my client!
Who are you?
I'm Barry Wheeler, his agent. If you have business with Mr. Wake, you talk to me. You yokels won't know what hit you once I sick my lawyers on your asses.
No harm done, Sarah. I'm all right. I don't want to press charges. Mr. Wake, my offer still stands.
Get me out of here.
What the hell was that about, Al? We don't need a replay of that thing with the paparazzi. I thought they were gonna lock you up.
I had to talk to someone. I told Barry everything. He thought I was certifiable, but when he heard about the manuscript, I had him. The fact that I'd written something, even if I couldn't remember it, was enough for him. He smelled money. And he believed that Alice had been kidnapped. Anything beyond that was another story. I had a midnight appointment with the kidnapper in a place called Lover's Peak, somewhere in Elderwood National Park. The plan was to rent a cabin.
I don't like it, Al. I don't like any of it. It's not good. In fact, it's the absolute opposite of good.
Mr. Wake! Barry, you found him!
Hi, Rose.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking about you, too.
Great.
Jo, to je to
I
moje
was just bringing
faninka.
Rusty some coffee. He's on the balcony, looking after Max. Poor thing. I really need to go. Great to see you again, Mr. Wake. Later!
Who's Max?
What an airhead.
Jeez, Mr. Takes a swing at everybody. This is not her fault. She's a very nice girl and, more importantly, a fan. She even has a fan site dedicated to you. And she was very helpful when I was looking for you. Seriously, Al, what you were saying in the car, just listen to yourself. What, you shot a guy and his body just disappeared? When was the last time you slept? What, are you high? Have you been drinking?
No! Look, Barry, I'm missing a week, and someone's got Alice.
Do
and
you
everything's
understand what it sounds like when you say stuff like that? Don't get me wrong, it's a good story, could be a bestseller. but when you start confusing fiction with reality, you're buying yourself a ticket to the funny farm.
Wait here.
Takže se mám promluvit s Rusty. Kdo je vůbec Rusty? Znám ho už? Je, tady bude termoska. No, termoska. To mám vždycky radost, když dostanu nějakou termosku. To vypadá jako nějaká pec pro kremaci? Je. Snad ne. Jdeme ven? Nejdem ven. Nějaké jídlo? Tady to znělo jak nějaký pes. Slyšíme tady psa? On tu operuje psa. Nebo...
Hey, Rusty, right? You're at cabins.
Oh, Mr. Wake. I'd shake your hand, but mine are kind of full here. Actually, I'm sorry about this. Would you mind grabbing the registration form from the desk? It's just across from Bucktooth Charlie.
Okay, sure. What happened?
Crazy poachers. Max here got his foot caught in a trap. They're illegal to use here. Hell, you're not supposed to hunt within the park at all. But that doesn't stop some lowlifes. Well, at least Max is gonna be okay.
Takže Max je ten pes.
Okay. Max is still groggy from the shot I gave him, and I'd rather not leave him alone just yet. The form's on the desk across from the mammoth skeleton.
Okay. Na stole proti mamutovi.
Just go and meet a kidnapper. Those situations always end up in disaster. You gotta talk to the cops.
She's my wife, and it's my call. Can we talk about this later?
No. This whole thing... Listen, you hit your head. I mean, geez, Al, come on. You gotta understand how crazy all this sounds. If you're trying to pull a joke on me, freak me out, it's working. Ha ha, let's have a laugh on Barry. Well, you had me going there real funny, Al. You can quit it now.
Jedu najít ten formulář naproti mamutovi. OK, tady je formulář. Vypiš si to. A kde ten mamut? Jo, tady je mamut. Ty. Mamutu z Kolumbii. 14 000 let starý. Hezký. Je to nějaká termoska? Medvědi, rostlinky, skoro mrtvé sloni. Co to ještě je? Voda. Dal bych si vodu, trošku vody. Záchody? Ne.
I think this is the form you wanted.
And here are the keys. Okay, you're all set, Mr. Wake.
Takže jsem si pronajal nějakou chatu někde v horách. Tady jsem klíče.
Oh, sure. It's at the end of the nature trail. Just follow the paths, you'll get to it eventually. It's an easy walk. Nice spot, too.
Tak jo, no. Takže se projedeme.
Just keep your eyes on the radio mast. It's right below that.
Aha, pod tím radio 3 vysílačem.
You're asking me to believe that you shot a dude who went poof into thin air, a guy who was bulletproof until you pointed a flashlight at him. You hear that from people who end up spending time in padded rooms, strapped to... That's just crazy talk, Al. Al? Al? We should go to the sheriff or call the FBI.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her! This is not a goddamn debate, Barry. I'm going to Lover's Peak. He said to come alone.
Okay then. I understand. But you're my best friend and I'm worried that you're not right in the head. Tell me what to do to help and I'll do it.
You stay here, and if I'm not back by morning, call the cavalry.
Alergie určitě na prach nebo na roztoče. Nebo na světlo?
Just be careful with the natives, Al. These yokels are dangerous. Everybody hates a tourist, or it'll be deliverance all over again.
Konečně mám zase svoje baterky.
Bless you.
Postele.
This place is trying to kill me. I'll bet there's mold in here, spores, poison ivy, God knows what. This is so not worth a 15% commission.
Něco tu docela vrže. Jako by se celá ta chata měla
Go ahead and do what you have to do. I'll be fine. Alone, but fine. In a cabin straight from a horror movie.
Ty to zvládneš. Je nějaká, to vypadá jako kolo? Ne, pálky? Ne, nějaká hra, kterou neznám. Termoska, já chci nějakou termosku. Láhev vína. Hodiny. Taková kabina. Je, baterie. Kdy byly? Tady baterie a termoska tam je určitě. K čemu jsou ty termosky? To... zamčeno, medvěd určitě zase. Tak já jdu teda ven. Můžu zasnout.
Real funny, Al. Real funny. Ha, thank you. I'll just sit here in the dark till you come back. Or until I get eaten by a grill.
Já budu hodný, já ty lidi nebudu jim zhasínat. Takové polomrtvé kytičky tady. Nějaký zase grill, grill. Trošku děsivá hudba začíná. Tímhle. Já už jsem trochu zapomněl to ovládání. Tímhle se běhá, uhýbá, OK. Tím se skáče. Tak jo. OK, zamkni dveře. Já mám teďka pistol, takže... Nějaké brány. Očekávám, že tady zase bude nějaký zlý... vyslanec temnoty. Posunu si popelnici. Je v ní něco, dá se tam? Checkpoint. OK, tak já jdu asi do auta, asi se projedeme. Tady ještě něco bude. Stránka. Možná benzín nebo tak něco? Ne? Nemůžu nic otevřít. Já si přečtu tu stránku.
The kidnapper fired his gun one last time, and the shadow vanished into the darkness it had come from. See? Nothing to it, Wake. The thought of Alice in his hands was revolting. We stood on the wooden platform of Lover's Peak, the waterfall and the mountain behind us, the lights of the radio mast blinking red in the heights above. I fought with the urge to take a swing, force myself to speak. Let's cut the act now. Where's my wife?
Jenom na moment se přepnu. Tak jo, už to zase hrá. Ještě nějaká další stránka. Velice vidí stín.
Alice looked through the viewfinder, lining up the shot. Cauldron Lake was breathtaking. Something caught her eye.
Jasně, byl tam ten stín.
Barry had never gotten along with Alice, but he knew Alan loved her with an almost frightening intensity. And now something had happened to Alice. And here was Al armed with a gun and saying things people got put in padded cells for. It was as if his friend had experienced a massive psychotic episode and was now totally disconnected from reality. It scared the shit out of Barry.
Podle mě se projedeme tím autem.
Barry had the keys to the car he rented. Wasn't a long walk to the visitor center, and it wouldn't be any use to me in the forest.
Takže já mám jít pěšky, protože je to blízko a protože by mi to auto v lese k ničemu nebylo, no ale takhle mě asi zabije někdo.
I knew I should have gone to the cops. This wasn't the smartest thing I'd ever done, but I was still angry with Barry for trying to talk me out of it. These people had called me right in the sheriff's station. The cops wouldn't scare them, and they had Alice.
Asprý je to po cestě prostě rovnou, tady bych mohl klidně dojet tím autem, ale jestli to vede pak lesem, tak tady nějaká další budova, chata, bouda, visitor center. Pane bože, co to bylo? Popelnice. O, ta houpačka s tou pneumatikou, to je vždycky taková děsivá. Není tu něco zajímavého? Tam bliká nějaká žárovka, tam se mi moc nechce. Takže si nejdřív kouknu sem, možná se půjdu pohoupat. A nebo se to pohoupá samo, dobře. Čím se vlastně dělaly ty zbraně? Aha, takhle. Pane bože. Co to za... Riziko pádu? Mám tam vůbec chodit? Schodím popelnici, snad. Tam bych asi spadnout fakt nechtěl. Tak jo, já se jdu vrátit sem. Na cestu. Houpačka, OK. Mám takový dojem, že to tady bude nějakým způsobem děsivé. A mám jenom 12 nábojů. Není to něco zajímavého? To tlačítko třeba? Ne. Já půjdu po cestě radši. Jdu po cestě. Tady bude určitě termoska. Ne? Tak. Lover's Peak. Popelnice, nějaký karavan. Dá se jít dovnitř? Tady by se mohlo jít dovnitř, ale asi ne. Asi ne. Je něco tady? To vypadá dost rozbitě. A ještě nějaké klepající zvuky. Vykopni to. Ale bože. Krev. Lahví na rozbité okna. Televize. Tam zase bude to oko. Muž v zrcadle. Ještě je tu.
He's inside, Agent. He's a weird one.
So, you're confessing to killing that guy, huh? Why?
Ain't it coming?
Yeah, but why would you do that? I mean, you're a nice guy. Normal. Took a kid to a soccer game. So how come at the game, you pick a guy and, quoting from the arresting officer's report here, assault the victim's head area repeatedly with the weapon of choice being a pair of bare fists? Wow, that sounds really close. Maybe you're not the literary type. Okay, so you mess him up. But why? Who was that guy? We couldn't ID him. Why would a guy like you do him like that?
I didn't like his face.
Well, you must have hated it, because you really went to town there. I mean, there's no way to tell what he looked like. No ID on him either.
That must be difficult.
But then we ran the fingerprints. Got a match. Your prints. Identical.
Huh, how about that?
Your son said you were wearing a white red shirt who you took into the game. The white shirt is on the dead guy.
It's plenty red now.
You won't get away with this.
Do you really think that's in any way relevant to me?
Vůbec to nechápu, co se tam děje v té televizi.
Before the cops arrived, you know? He won't stop screaming, am I right? You think he's ever gonna be okay? I left my mark. Believe me.
You bastard.
What? You gonna shoot me? What's the point? I'm going to prison. You got me.
I don't understand any of this.
And you never will. Don't worry. Maybe you'll see me again, Agent. Maybe in the mirror.
Co to bylo? Trochu děsivé. Co to je? Teď to samo vypnulo. Je to... něco tu je. A nic tam není. Tak asi za spodu ven. Vypínač? Nic. Tak já jdu se. Co to jsou za zvuky? Ti ptáci? Vrány nebo co to jsou? Já radši jdu asi dál. Pokud mě nezabijou ty vrány teda. Telefon. Slyším nějaké kroky. Nekrmte divou zvěř. Stránka. Co se to děje? Co se stane, když... další stránka. Když bych střelil do těch kanistrů. Stane se něco? Nic. OK. Tady padají kameny, dobře. Teď mi začal vibrovat tohle. Proto... Co se tam děje? Co se děje? Co se tam děje, pane bože? Co se to tam... No já bych mu pomohl, ale... Aha, tohle mě asi zabije, když... Co to? Kde je? Nebo co se... Pane bože.
Mr. Wake? Oh, hell. It happened just the way it was on that page. I found Game True. It knew. So dark. It'll come back for me. You must... The lights. In the office. I have the key.
Okay, Rusty. Hang on. I'll be right back.
Světlo, no, ale...
Whatever did this couldn't be far. Rusty had found a page from the manuscript. It would help me understand what had happened.
Co jsem... On má úplně zlomenou nohu. Co ty stránky? Aha, Rusty.
The air in the visitor center was heavy with an awful smell, as if some rotten drowned thing had crawled up from its grave. Rusty kept coughing blood. My eyes were drawn to the twisted shape of his broken leg. The attack had been vicious. Max whined in his cage. Rusty's eyes were wild with fear and terror. He gasped. Mr. Wake, it happened just the way it was on that page.
Takže by mě zajímala ta stránka, že? No ale teďka, jo, já mám klíč k tomu, abych mohl zapnout. Chudák. Kde zapnutý? To si jedno, kde ho zapnu, tady? Ne.
Good boy.
I know it will. It hasn't finished with me yet.
Kde se to zapíná? To bude někde šipka
The
na
only
radaru.
way to make sure that Rusty was safe was to get the power running and the lights back on.
Šipka mi ukazuje sem, takže stránka. Co tam je?
The visitor center was sturdy, but the impact turned the front of the building into splinters. Rusty was thrown across the lobby like a rag doll and hit the far wall hard. It didn't hurt until he tried to move and saw his leg bend the wrong way. Felt the broken ribs stabbing him on the inside. Rusty howled in pain and fear, suddenly afraid to die alone.
Odemčeno? Tak co teď? Další stránka. Pak asi půjdu tam dovnitř. Co bylo na té stránce? Tady je ještě docela dost.
At the last instant, I changed direction and threw myself down. The axe splintered the trunk of a tree. I stumbled into the pool of bright light. My lungs burned. I was too exhausted to move. I tensed as I waited for the killing blow, but it never came. I raised my head. Nothing moved in the darkness beyond. For the moment, bathed in the cold light, I was safe.
Takže se něco stane. Půjde na mě někdo se sekirkou. To se mám na co těšit, že jo? Takže na to, co to je? Náboje, super. A baterie. Taková klasická výbava.
That was too late. Someone had destroyed the circuit breaker. There was no way to get the lights back on. The ground was covered with oily patches that looked like liquid darkness.
Tekutá temnota. Co to sakra? Je. Aha, on po mně háže cukr, tak to je docela na nic. Kde byl ten Rusty? Tady byl někde. On je pryč.
Something had torn a mammoth-sized hole in the wall.
Please don't feed the animals.
Kde?
Fishing is only permitted for those visitors who
Pane
purchase
Bože.
a mark. License obey! The Park Ranger's instructions. At all times. Rusty, no! Never! Do bears and wolves never approach any other world closer than 25 yards. Pets must be leashed. At all times. Never!
bože! Pane bože! Ježiši. Ono to bylo napsané v té stránce, ne? Oh. Pane bože, pane bože! Pane bože! Já mám běžet asi někam pryč. Uf. Pane bože. Pane bože! Ale ne. Oh. Oh, zastýchá. Pane bože. Ale ne. Asi mi dochází náboje. Pomaličku. Tady někde byly ty náhradní náboje, že jo? Tady. Jo, tady jich je hodně, to je super, to je super. Ale baterky mi nějak chybí. Jsou tu někde i baterky? Nejsou, že? Tak těch baterek budu muset, ty baterky budu muset šetřit. Pokud tu nikde nejsou. Si přečtu ještě tohle. Ne, tak nebudu si číst. Oh. Co to je? Co to je? Co to je? Riziko za spádu. Dostanu se sem? Dostanu se sem. Světlo. To mě naštěstí léčí a ukládá hru asi. Tak. Dobře. Telefon.
Forget about it, Barry. It's just me going crazy.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. You're not crazy. I wish you were crazy, but you're not crazy. Ow, be careful.
Stay in the cabin. Don't open the door for anyone. I mean it.
Není tu nějaká stránka, nebo baterie, nebo tak něco? Asi ne. OK. Hezký kámen. Tady je stránka.
In that last instant of consciousness, Rusty thought about Rose. He was older than she was. Rose was barely out of her teens, but she made him feel young and forget what a train wreck his long-dead marriage had been. He still wore the ring. He'd been waiting for her to tell him to take it off. Now she never would.
Smutné. Zase to riziko pádu všude. A světlo a checkpoint. Ve světle mi snad nikdo neublíží, tak... Co pak je tady? Baterie budou určitě. No jo. Baterie a náboje, OK. Co je tady? Pro vaši bezpečnost zůstaňte na vyznačených cestách. Není tu nějaká termoska? Asi tu není, ok. Takže půjdu po vyznačené cestě.
Lover's Peak was at the far end of the nature trail.
Do jeskyně? Já nechci do jeskyně. Oh je. Okay. A zase zlatá šipka, jak už jsem předtím viděl. To mi asi pomáhá, ty šipky. Ale ta jeskyně... další šipka, okay. To bych nechtěl, aby na mě spadlo. A zase slyšíme nějaké šipka doprava. Padající kameny. No, netopíři. Já slyším nějaké kroky. A tady to vypadá na nějakou zbraň. To se mi asi bude hodit. O, brokovnice. Nejsou tohle náboje do brokovnice? Spadne. Otevřít. O, baterie další, dobře. Brokovnice mám jenom 2 náboje, to bude určitě zase na toho bosse nebo tak něco. Takže asi vezmu radši tu pistol. Kam teď? Jo, ta šipka ukazovala tady, takže se... běháme. Šipka ukazuje doleva. Jo, já jsem tady přišel. No, chvíli. Takže se musím jít a tady doprava ukazovala šipku, dobře. Oheň. Jo, jasně, no, teď to jsem vzal, tak. Pozor, pozor. Kam teď? Já pořád si... slyším ty kroky. Nebo že bych měl jít do té jeskyně proto, abych získal tu brokovnici? Tady jsem přišel přece, tam byla ta brokovnice. Tak asi jo. Tak jdem ven tady. Zase zasínají světlo. Záchody. Tady si možná... Ale ne. O, pane bože! Já spadl do jezera. Dobře, teďka už budu asi vědět. Mám tu brokovnici? Já ji nemám. si musím dávat pozor, abych nepadl někam úplně mimo. Takže 2 budou tady zleva a pak za mnou půjde někdo další. To bylo hezký. Už mi to možná začíná jít trošku. Pane bože. Dobře. Tady bude snad stránka, nebo baterie, náboje, něco. Vyvěšené sluchátko. Tak jo, já se dostanu do toho RobyerPLAYku a už to pak asi vypnu pro dnešek. Nebo možná už tady dřív. Už je půlnoc. Zase někde temnota, vítr. Zvedá se vítr. Stmívá se. Mám někam běžet, nebo mám zůstat na místě? Co se děje? RobyerPLAY, ok, tak já radši jdu do toho RobyerPLAYku. Já radši docela rychle. Další checkpoint. Jo. Tomuhle to nějak nic nedělá. A tak už. Asi bych měl běžet od nich pryč. Pane bože. Uf. Děsivé a namáhavé. Už jenom 15 nábojů. Ale ne. Ale ne. Asi budu utíkat. Ježiš. Radši budu utíkat. Světlo, tam je světlo. Ježiši. No. Ne, ono se to světlo vyplo. Já vůbec jsem úplně zapomněl, jak se to ovládá. Aha, Ačkem, je tak. Takže jsem vyplýtval všechny své náboje. tady docela nepříjemné. Tu brokovnici si chci nechat, takže... Dobré, no. Pár nábojů jsem tady získal, ale tady by mohla být stránka. Ne, to se mi nedá. Zničený telefon, dobře. Tady je stránka.
I turned the corner, afraid of what the flashlight's beam might reveal. Suddenly, a roughly painted symbol of a torch glowed in the light. Behind it, hidden by a rock, sat a battered metal trunk. It was here for a reason, packed with supplies, batteries, flares, ammo, things you need to make it through the darkness of the night. Something left behind by someone who knew what I knew, and more.
Jenom 12 nábojů. A vůbec nevím, jak daleko. Teď se mi ta hra uložila, takže už nemůžu lépe zahrát tu předchozí část, to nevím, jestli je dobře. A je zase... Já asi budu utíkat. Nebo ne? A je, kolik jich tam je? Kolik jich tam, pane bože, je? A teď si mě všimli. Ježiši! Co to je? Ale ne. Ježiš. Tak jsem umřel. Asi už to pro dnešek nechám být. Zní to příliš náročně. Už je příliš pozdě, je příliš tma, takže já už to pro dnešek vypnu a zkusím to třeba zítra, možná zítra večer. Tak jo, mějte se a dobrou noc. Čau.